the Fantastic Four Battle Royale. Who's the strongest? Please support this channel by clicking the subscriber button, liking this video now, and dropping a comment. Thank you. The Fantastic Four, Earth's first superhero family, are known for working together to defeat villains, explore other dimensions, and save the world. But what if, just for fun, they turn on each other to see who's truly the strongest? Let's dive into the chaos and find out. It's a quiet day in the Baxter building when Ben Grimm, the Thing, slams his massive, rock-covered fist on the table. "Come on, Stretch. Admit it. I'm the toughest one here," he growls. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, doesn't even look up from his experiments. "Ben, strength isn't everything. You know I can outsmart you any day of the week. You want to bet?" Ben snaps, cracking his stone knuckles. Before Reed can respond, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, flies in, flaming and grinning. "Why don't you two settle it once and for all? Better yet, let's all get in on the action. I'll show you what real power looks like." From the corner of the room, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, calmly stands up. "If you boys are going to fight, you might as well include me. But don't say I didn't warn you." The team agrees to an all-out free-for-all in the massive training room. Reed and Ben square off first. Ben charges forward like a freight train. "Clobbering time," he roars, swinging a boulder-sized fist. Reed stretches his body out of the way, dodging with ease. "Predictable as always, Ben," he says, wrapping his elongated arms around Ben's torso like a giant snake. But Ben isn't going down that easily. With a grunt of effort, he flexes his rocky muscles and breaks free, sending chunks of debris flying. He grabs Reed's stretched body and hurls him across the room like a slingshot. Reed bounces off the wall, reshaping himself into a spring and launching back at Ben with surprising force. The two grapple, brains versus brawn, but before a clear winner can emerge, Johnny joins the fray. "Need a little heat?" Johnny shouts, igniting himself and flying over the battlefield. He unleashes a barrage of fireballs, forcing Reed to retreat and Ben to shield himself with his massive arms. "Cool it, hothead!" Ben yells, swatting at Johnny but missing every time. Johnny's speed and agility keep him just out of reach. Please support this channel by clicking the subscriber button, liking this video now, and dropping a comment. Thanks for your support. We appreciate your love. "Catch me if you can, big guy," Johnny taunts, spiraling through the air and firing off a flaming streak that narrowly misses Ben. Reed, ever the strategist, uses the chaos to regroup, stretching his body into a web-like structure. He traps Johnny mid-flight. "Gotcha," Reed says triumphantly, but Johnny smirks. "You forget I'm fireproof." He bursts into an intense flame, melting through Reed's stretchy trap and escaping. Watching from the sidelines, Sue finally steps in. "Boys, playtime's over," she says, her voice calm but commanding. With a flick of her wrist, she generates an invisible force field that slams Johnny into the ground, extinguishing his flames. Before Reed or Ben can react, she traps them both in separate glowing bubbles. "See? It's not always about brute strength," Sue says, lifting all three of her teammates into the air with her powers. But Ben isn't giving up. With a thunderous roar, he punches his way out of the bubble, shaking the entire room. "Sue, you're good," Ben admits, "but you can't stop me." He charges toward her, fist raised. Sue braces herself, creating a massive wall of force energy to block Ben's attack. The two powers collide in an earth-shaking clash, with Ben's sheer strength battling Sue's invisible might. Meanwhile, Johnny reignites and flies back into action, teaming up with Reed to take down the stronger competitors. Johnny distracts Ben with fiery blasts while Reed stretches behind him, tying up his legs. "You're not the only one who can team up, Sue," Reed shouts, throwing everything he has into containing Ben. Sue, sensing the tide turning, switches tactics. She creates a dome-shaped force field around herself and expands it outward, knocking everyone back in one massive energy burst. The dust settles. Ben lies on the ground, dazed but still conscious. Johnny is sprawled out, his flames extinguished. Reed is tangled up in his own stretched limbs, groaning. Sue stands tall, barely breaking a sweat. "Well," she says, "I guess that answers that." Ben grumbles, sitting up. "Fine, you win. But next time, I'm bringing a bigger punch." Johnny laughs weakly. Yeah, Queen of the force fields. "We get it." Reed smirks, adjusting his uniform. "Let's just agree never to do this again." "Deal." The team nods. Their friendly rivalry settled, at least for now. When it comes to pure strength, Ben the Thing is unbeatable. But in an all-out fight, Sue's strategic use of her force fields makes her the strongest overall. She has the perfect balance of offense, defense, and precision to outlast her teammates. And that's why, in this battle, the Invisible Woman reigns supreme. But let's hope the Fantastic Four stick to saving the world, because when they fight each other, no one is safe. Thanks for watching our review about the Fantastic Four. Who is the strongest? Please click subscribe button, like, comment, and share for more interesting videos like this.